Hip pain is not just an annoying ache. It slowly changes the way you sit, walk, stand, turn, climb stairs, or even sleep. Most people don't realize how deeply it affects daily life until the pain becomes constant. Hip pain builds silently. A tight pull in the front of the hip after sitting, a heavy stiffness in the groin during morning steps, a sharp pinch while lifting the leg. A dull ache after standing, to long pain spreading from the hip to the lower back. Or find these small signs of the body's warning that the hip joint is losing mobility, losing strength and losing balance. The daily routine here solves all these issues by releasing stiffness, activating weak muscles, restoring smooth movement and protecting the joint, all at home with zero equipment. The tension problem and the release solution problem. Deep hip tension compresses the joint. Most hip pain begins with deep muscle tension. Tight hip flexors from long sitting. Tight inner thigh muscles pulling the hip inward. Tight outer hip muscles causing imbalance. Tight lower back muscles locking the pelvis. This tension squeezes the hip joint and reduces space for smooth movement. The result? Pain during walking, bending, lifting, rotating, even resting. Solution: gentle hip opening and slow tension release. Daily slow release movements open the joint. Front hip tissues relax inner thighs. Stop pulling the hip inward. Outer hip muscles soften. The pelvis unlocks within minutes. Pressure decreases and the heavy, stuck feeling fades. This step alone can reduce morning stiffness dramatically. The weak support problem and the activation solution problem. Weak stabilizers force the hip to carry all the load. Hip stabilizing muscles shut down over time. Glutes become inactive. Side hip muscles weaken. Deep core muscles stop supporting. Pelvis loses balance. When these muscles stop working, the hip joint takes the entire burden of movement. That's why standing hurts, walking feels heavy, and turning causes sharp pain. Solution: daily muscle activation without equipment. Simple controlled activation wakes up essential support muscles. Side hip stabilizers begin firing again. Glutes start supporting every step. Deep core re-engages. Pelvis gains strength and balance the moment these muscles turn on. Hip pressure reduces instantly. This is not strength training, this is reactivation. And it is the fastest way to reduce hip pain naturally. The stiff joint problem and the mobility solution problem: the hip can't rotate, extend, or move smoothly. Most people with hip pain have limited rotation, difficulty lifting the leg, stiffness during side movement, trouble moving the hip forward or back. This stiffness forces nearby muscles to overwork, causing pain in groin, outer hip, lower back, upper thigh. Solution: slow joint mobility movements. Daily mobility movements restore natural hip function. Circular hip motion lubricates the joint. Forward back gliding removes stiffness. Side shifting opens tight tissues. Gentle rotation restores smooth movement. When the hip moves freely again, pain decreases and the entire lower body feels lighter. The misalignment problem and the alignment solution problem. Hips sit in the wrong position. All day misalignment builds quietly. One hip sits higher, pelvis tilts forward, legs rotate inward. Feet collapse, spine compensates. This throws pressure onto tissues that were never designed to carry load, causing chronic pain. Solution: alignment reset movements. Consistent alignment focused movements restore balance. Pelvis returns to neutral. Hips level out. Knees and feet line up together. Weight spreads evenly across the body. Correct alignment instantly reduces stress on the hip joint and prevents recurring pain. The inflammation problem and the circulation solution. Problem: inflammation gets trapped because the body doesn't move enough. Sitting for long hours traps inflammation around the hip. Blood flow reduces. Tissue healing slows. Joint fluid thickens. Muscles stiffen. Pain increases. The hip begins to feel swollen or heavy. Solution: daily light movement to boost circulation. Gentle daily movements clear inflammation. Bring fresh nutrients to the joint. Increase oxygen flow. Soften stiff tissues. Reduce swelling. This is one of the most powerful solutions for chronic hip pain. The instability problem and the stability solution problem. The hip wobbles during steps and twisting movements. Instability causes sharp pain while sitting or standing. Pain during twisting. Ache after long walking. Weakness while climbing stairs. Balance issues when the hip cannot stabilize. The entire leg becomes insecure. Solution: stability training through low-impact movements. Daily stabilizing movements retrain the hip muscles to work together. Weight distributes evenly, steps become smoother, twisting becomes painless, hip stands strong. Instead of wobbling, balance improves. Stability reduces pain faster than stretching or strength exercises alone. The habit problem and the daily protection solution problem. Everyday behaviors damage the hip joint without you noticing. Small daily habits worsen hip pain. Sitting too low, crossing legs, leaning weight on one hip. Taking long overstrided steps, sleeping twisted, sitting for hours. Without moving, these habits create constant pressure on the same tissues, leading to inflammation and imbalance. Solution: daily habit correction, simple adjustments. Protect the hip, sit with hips level, keep both feet grounded. Avoid sinking into one side, use smaller steps, sleep with hips neutral, move every 20 to 30 minutes. Correcting small habits prevents 60 to 70% of hip pain from returning. The full daily routine result when all solutions combine: tension release, muscle activation, mobility, alignment, circulation, stability, and habit correction. The hip transforms quickly. Daily results include less morning stiffness, easier walking, fewer sharp pains, better balance, smoother steps, deeper mobility, stronger glutes. Reduced pressure on the hip joint, better sleep comfort, reduced lower back strain. The hip joint begins to feel lighter, freer, better aligned, supported, stable, pain-free. This transformation does not require equipment, heavy workouts, or long sessions, just consistent, smart, joint-friendly movement every day. Stay consistent with this daily routine. Your hips can heal, your mobility can return, and your pain can fade, one simple session at a time.